Yeah, obviously, welcome to the SEC. This league's an absolute beast, top to bottom. They're great teams. I said it before when I taken this job. Ole Miss is an NCAA tournament team. I know they lost 2 in a row prior to this, but they were healthy. They were back. They're dangerous because they're long, athletic. I can't say enough good things. She's done a great job turning this program around. And they get after it. They believe in defense, and unfortunately, in a game like we played tonight, they were phenomenal on the offensive end. It's just one of those games where we try to get after it. We clawed. My kids were trying to contest shots. Some calls went against us, and they just found a way to make some unbelievable shots. I thought that beginning for us is kind of uncharacteristic with a slow start in the first quarter. But, again, you got to give credit to Ole Miss. They were ready. They came out and punched us in the face, and then from there we were just in a dogfight trying to stay in the game and claw back.
You said the other day that what you learned from that first meeting between the two teams was they just played tougher for 4 quarters. Did you see that again in this one?
You know what? Today was a whole different script. I thought it was unusual for our team offensively. We didn't execute. And for some reason, obviously we'll talk about that, we weren't talking, we weren't cutting, we weren't moving, so we took some poor shots, where at Mississippi State, we were dialed in, we were executing. Obviously it was in our favor for 3 quarters, and then we just lost the 4th. But tonight, we just didn't execute for whatever reason. We weren't sharp to come out the gate. My kids really wanted this really bad. I think it's a great rivalry, and I love the game. I love the atmosphere. I thought it was great for women's basketball, but just unfortunately, we were able to do our part.
You mentioned, them landing the first punch. You guys, score 8 points in the first quarter. What they do kind of the rest of the game to be able to maintain momentum and not really let you guys, get a big run going?
Well, they're good defensively. They're one of the best in the country. I can't say enough things about their length. All right, I thought Jessica Carter was unbelievable. Again, 18 points, 7 for 12. There's several sets that we try to go to, but they're so long where they prevented some more easy touch just to relax the game. They made us work for everything, and it was just one of those nights where we needed to get out in the open court. If we don't rebound, we don't win. When we don't win the rebound awards. Tonight they won 38-33. So to your point, we had to work for everything in the half court. But again, credit to Ole Miss.
John, go ahead.
You kind of talked about how they made some kind of amazing shots, and this was a team that hasn't shot well from beyond the arc in the rest of SEC play, and tonight, not for their first kind of 18. Was it more so of just kind of them just, getting a little lucky from beyond the arc, or, was it just the defense on your part?
No, I wouldn't say luck, because, again, I'm not going to, do any disservice to her team. She's got an NCAA tournament team. They're tough. They stay together. They pass the ball well. Half of those shots, I thought, early in the first half were the way they executed. But then again, there was one dagger where we shot a free throw. It was a great chance. I kept telling my team, get it to 10. To half. I like where this game is because it's hard, as bad as we started off. If you can get this to 10, we're still in this game. We haven't played our best basketball. We make a free throw and they go down and we don't talk. We don't match up, and then they hit another dagger 3. So then we give up an open one. So to answer your questions, they hit big shots, but then some of them we also just didn't do our part in making them work for each one.
That's back-to-back games that y'all got down by double digits in the first quarter. I mean, what do you see as the issue for the rough starts the last 2 weeks, or last 2 games?
Yeah, it's just 2 different scenarios. I think tonight I thought the Kentucky game was more missed shots. Tonight was execution. And when we don't execute, we stand. We have off-balance shots, which then we don't know when people are shooting, which prevents us from getting second-chance points. I thought we were a lot of one-and-dones because of our execution, and that's on me. We just weren't sharp for whatever reason. And we haven't been that all way. So I talked to my team afterwards. I said, as bad as this hurts, because there's a room full of kids who are hurt, we got to let this one go and get ready for the next one. Because, again, in women's basketball in the SEC, this conference is so tough. Everybody's good night in and night out. So we got to be tough and stay together right now.
You mentioned, being able to flush this one out. I guess, is it a little tougher to, move past, knowing that, it's a rival or it's a game that, people invest a lot into and care a lot about, maybe more so than others?
Yeah, well, first of all, I got to give a shout-out to our fans. For us to have a bus of 50 people who drove up for an 8 p.m. tip was unbelievable. I've talked about that's why I've taken this job, because women's basketball matters at Mississippi State. So for us, we know when we put on that jersey what we represent and how important this program is to a lot of people. We want to win that game for them, but but for us, we can't let a series define our year. Are we still having a special season? You better believe it. Does this one hurt? You better believe it. But we got another great opportunity to go on the road at Georgia and see if we can't bounce back and stay competitive, because we still are on pace, I believe, to try to get into the NCAA tournament. Ole Miss, again, I think net rankings is 36. This was, they're good. They've proven it year in, year out. I thought they should have beat Utah, who's top 10 in the country. They got a special team, and I got one, and we just got to get better from here.
Yeah, I mean, 8 SEC games in, halfway through the conference schedule, you guys are 4-4 in SEC play. How do you think this team has fared so far, and what makes you feel like this team is capable of the special year that you described?
Yeah, no, I think we fared really well. The SEC, I mean, if you're in that middle of the pack in the SEC, the statistics have proven it. You got a chance to make the NCAA tournament. So for us to be 500 right here, and still, I fought injuries. I've had odd rotation, like tonight. For our fans, they know somebody like Danae Carter would have been absolutely huge. She comes up with so many second chance points, hustle plays where that's where we were missing some of that sauce. So if I can get everybody healthy and just get a full lineup and just stick together, that's why I'm so optimistic. And then also we played a tough non-conference schedule at South Dakota State, who they're an NCAA tournament team. We lose by 1. Nebraska overtime. We've pounded some other people that shows you know what, I got a special team. And then in these big games, we've competed with the best. So that's where I'm optimistic. South Carolina, all right, I think we held them to the lowest. So I've got a good team. But again, this one hurts. This one will sting tonight, but we got to be tough and we got to let it go and bounce back tomorrow.
I don't know if you saw post game, but Coach O addressed the crowd and said that she thought that both teams deserved to be an NCAA tournament team. I guess what's it? Do you have a rival coach advocating for you guys to be an NCAA tournament team?
Respect. She knows I respect her and she respects me. Obviously when the ball's tipped, we trying to both go at each other, but there's a mutual respect. Like I'm saying to her, there's no bad mouth in this series. I took the job and, again, I said it from day one. I speak the truth. They have that DNA. They have that sauce right now because what they went through last year, and I embrace that. My team embraced that. And for us, where we're at, we had some great transfers come in, and we're trying to get there too so we can have both two teams from the state of Mississippi representing us in March.